Hey Betta babes, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise, and today's video is one that I've been thinking about wanting to do for a while, and I'm honestly so excited to do this. I've seen, I believe, a couple other people, maybe I think it was like Emmyology, who did this video, and of course she did it, I think, with rats. But today's video is going to be looking over the guide that PETSMART gives you for taking care of betta fish. Now, I will say I literally went in PETSMART today to look for a held version of this guide, and my PETSMART unfortunately didn't have one, although I have seen them there before in the past. Also, if you didn't know, I used to work at PETSMART, and we have a guide for ourselves as an employee to look. So I remember some of the things that was in that guide too. So what I really wanted to do was just go ahead and go to PETSMART.com, and I did find the guide on here. It's probably not, oh, there we go. See? So I promise I'm genuinely looking at the PETSMART site, and so I at least have it on my phone. And so what we're gonna do today is look over the betta fish care guide from PETSMART. If you are interested in watching this video and seeing what PETSMART has to say when it comes to taking care of betta fish, then keep on watching today's video. Alright, you guys, so like I said, I do have this pulled up on my phone. I showed it to you briefly. I just want to prove that I'm still on it. It's not really going to focus, but you can see that betta fish there. So it's betta fish care guide, tips from home to health to food and fun. So there's an overview, and excuse me, phone. Okay, there's an overview. So we have 4 things to know about your betta. How do I set up my betta's tank? How do I add bettas to my aquarium? What do bettas eat? And how can I keep my bettas healthy? Okay, our very first category right here, if you can see, is 4 things to know about your betta. So right here, bettas can live up to 3 years. So whereas that's true, they can also, really on the internet, different care guides and stuff from what I used to research and read used to say that bettas can live up to 3 to 4 years. So that is, you know, pretty accurate. Okay guys, so it says, let's see, they grow up to 3 inches long. And I mean, I can't really test that one because I'm not gonna measure one, but okay. And then the other bullet point says bettas can sometimes live with other peaceful community fish. However, you should only have 1 male or female betta in a tank without dividers, and be prepared to remove the betta if they show signs of aggression towards other fish. Now, this is definitely really good advice, I feel. They do have that, of course, male bettas should be alone. They say females should be alone too, which I agree with, of course, unless you have a good established betta sorority. And it is true too that they can live peaceful with some community fish, but you know, if they start to act up, then of course you'll need to remove them. So that's good advice. And then the last bullet point there says bettas gulp air from the surface of their tank. I don't like the word gulp. That is one of my least favorite words. I hate it. Moist don't bother me, gulp does. But that is also true. They do go to the surface of the tank for air. Alright, I see something really interesting here. Alright, how do I set up my betta's tank? Bettas need an aquarium with a filter that is at least 3 gallons. Set up their new home at least 1 day before they arrive. Aquarium and stand. The minimum size of the aquarium will depend on how many fish you have. For just 1 betta, the tank should be a minimum of 3 gallons. PETSMART, I see you. I'm surprised. Okay, look, from back when I worked there and the little guide that they gave us, it literally raved about how bettas can live in a bowl. So I didn't expect anything less from this. And I haven't worked at PETSMART since 2018, so therefore, you know, they've probably changed it since then, but wow, I am so surprised. And even care guides online say 2.5 is a minimum, you know, for bettas, so they've been stepping it up with that 3 gallon. I will say today though, when I went in PETSMART, I was livid. So I went in PETSMART, there was an older lady with her, I'm assuming, grandson. The lady at PETSMART was helping him out. They had the tiniest bowl, literally barely any bit bigger than the freaking cup they're already in, and they were at the bettas picking one out. I got so livid, you guys, I couldn't even be in that store. I had to just leave. I was going to look around at cat stuff, and I just looked for the little thingy here that I needed today, the brochure pamphlet thing, and it wasn't there. I saw them doing that. I couldn't be there. I had to leave. Nope. So they really need to train their employees there on proper animal care, because And I'm not saying this goes for every pet store employee, but so many don't know / don't care. It's just a job, you know? Anyway, I could go on about that for a little bit while longer, but I'm not. So the next bullet point says, if you plan to have lots of community fish, follow this formula to determine whether the tank should be even larger. The aquarium should have 1 gallon of water for every inch of fully grown fish. Okay, so I don't know a whole lot about like keeping tons of community fish with bettas and all that, but that is it seems good. I mean, I can't 100% say that, but anyway, the aquarium should be near a power source in a low traffic area away from the direct sunlight and drafts. That was a little bit of a new one for me. I have mine in front of windows. I don't truly think that matters. For me, the big thing with putting them in front of windows, depending on if you have like a tank with live plants or not, is algae will often grow, you know, pretty bad. But with me, I have live plants, mainly in front of the ones that are in front of windows. And actually, I think all of my tanks except for one. So I don't really get all that algae, but I mean, that's pretty good. So then the next bullet point says water weighs about 8 pounds per gallon. Pick a very sturdy, stable base for your aquarium, then fill the tank with water. I mean, that's good common advice, I feel like. All right, shop aquarium starter kits, shop aquarium stands. What to put in your Bettas tank. So there's the next little like section. The first bullet point says, layer 1 to 2 inches of gravel on the bottom of the tank, 1.5 pound of gravel per gallon of water. Rinse the gravel before putting it in the aquarium. Really good advice. Of course, I believe that it's really up to you how much gravel you want to put in there. So like also depending, like if you want to do a little less or a little more, it's kind of just whatever. Okay, so the next one says fill the tank about halfway up with dechlorinated water. So that's good, of course. You'll need to get some dechlorinator. Of course, you can also let water sit out for over 24 hours to help as well. The next bullet point says, time to decorate. Add fish decor, plants, rocks, and other objects. Rinse all decor before adding it to the tank. Another good piece of advice. And the next one says, finish by filling the tank the rest of the way with dechlorinated water. So that's good. All right. The next little section is filtration. The first bullet point. An aquarium filter should be able to process all of the water in the tank 3 to 5 times an hour. For example, the filter in a 20-gallon tank would need to push through at least 60 gallons of water each hour. Follow the manufacturer's instructions, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm just going to skip over that because I don't know much about that. Did I say that PetSmart tested your water for free, which is true. So this is about heating and light. Bettas are tropical fish and need to swim in warm water between 74 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Great advice. I love to see it. Alrighty, that's good. Definitely a step up. The next is choose an aquarium heater with 5 watts of power for each gallon of water in an aquarium. A large aquarium may need a heater at either end. Wait 15 minutes after filling the tank before turning on the heater. Place the heater close enough to the filter to distribute the warmed water. Run the tank's filter and tank's hood light for 24 hours and check the water temperature and adjust the heater if necessary. A lot of good advice there as well. I'm proud. I'm really proud. That's good. I think I know. All right, guys. Sorry if the camera angle is a little different. I ran out of memory, but we're on to the next little section here that says, how do I add bettas to my aquarium? All right, first one, bring your betta home right away after you buy it. Yeah. Place it on your aquarium inside the bag for 15 minutes so it can get used to the new water temperature. Good advice. I always say that. So next is use a net to transfer the betta into your aquarium. Do not add any bag water to your aquarium. So I know a lot of people before have unfortunately said basically said that their pet store employee told them to add the water, and that is so not true. Oh, it's so not true. So of course add only 1 betta, and the chemical balance in your aquarium will change every new fish you introduce, so check the water's pH, ammonium nitrite, and nitrate levels regularly. Alrighty. The next one is what do bettas eat? Feed your betta fish flakes or pelleted foods 1 to 2 times daily. Bettas are carnivores, so supplement your fish's diet with frozen or freeze-dried brine shrimp or tuba-fixed worms. Alright. This is what stands out to me of the worst advice so far. So I never really recommend flakes whatsoever. That would be the lowest thing I would ever recommend for them. Pellets only if they're healthy. I highly recommend to feed them frozen foods such as bloodworms being my food of choice, or brine shrimp or beef heart. When you feed them freeze-dried food, all the nutrients are taken out. It's basically like flakes, just flaky breadcrumbs or something. It has no nutrients, so that is not good advice, PetSmart. you're doing good so far. That's not good advice. So the next one, how can I keep my Bettas healthy? All right, so it says, if your Bettas display any of these symptoms of illness or distress, talk to a PetSmart store associate or a veterinarian familiar with fish health. I can guarantee you PetSmart associates, for the most part, unless they really truly know fish, are not going to be able to help you, or they'll give you wrong advice. So these are the things it says to look out for. Decreased appetite, fins clamped to the sides, scraping body on rocks, abdominal swelling, inflamed or discolored skin or fins. Those are some just common signs of, I see dropsy in there, I see the fins being clamped, decreased appetite could be an internal parasite, anything like that. So of course it says that they offer free water testing, and then there's just some safety tips, and I'm not going to read those only for the fact that they're just safety tips. But anyway, that is pretty much the whole care guide that PetSmart gives off, and I personally think that overall it is really good. I mean this with all my heart. I expected to go in here laughing my way through, thinking that they had the probably worst advice on there because of just what I expected and what I had seen before and all that kind of good stuff. But most of the advice was really, really good. I'm just concerned about the food portion because that's not that healthy. Like, if you're looking for a good pellet because you don't want to do the frozen bloodworms or whatever, I highly recommend Fluval Bug Bites. Other than that, not really. So yeah, that's basically it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think about it. I would love to know your thoughts. And other than that, I want to thank my patrons as always: Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Mercy, Janae, Mel, Jessica, Natalie, Vicky, and Steven. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being a patron. It truly means the world to me. If you guys want to be a patron, the link will be in the description box down below. It helps me out a lot, and you guys get a lot of awesome perks. And other than that, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right up there. And you can watch another of my videos by clicking right over there. And like I said, it would mean the world to me if you guys would do so. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel for all the content that is not pet related. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.